Very much like the 911 Games vehicle, the 2025 Porsche Cayenne SUV fills in as the accepted benchmark for driving happiness in its separate portion. This average-size two-line extravagance hybrid is unnaturally light on its feet, with body tuning got from north of 20 years of execution SUV incomparability. Turbocharged V6, twin Super V8, and module half-breed powertrains are accessible, making a wide setup of Cayenne variations. All are explicitly athletic, with sensitive taking care of that as a unique case in the SUV commercial center. The Cayenne is likewise shockingly simple to live with as an everyday driver, with an agreeable lodge, a liberally measured freight sound, and copious extravagance and tech highlights. Greatness doesn't come modest, however, and to equip a Cayenne with the best highlights adds enormous numbers to the main concern. Those in the loop comprehend that the end product will correspond to its price, however, and the Cayenne is positively worth the speculation. For significantly better execution, verging on craziness, in a Porsche SUV, think about the 650 horsepower Cayenne Car Super GT or the 729 horsepower Cayenne Super E Crossbreed, the two of which we survey independently. A 493 horsepower GTS model joins the Cayenne setup for 2025. This racier variation utilizes a similar twin Super 4.0-liter V8, as the Cayenne S yet gets a 25 HP power help. It likewise acquires some exhibition upgrading highlights from the crazy Super GT model, evaluated independently, including a water-cooled all-wheel drive framework and some suspension parts intended to further develop controlling reaction. The GTS comes standard with the Game Plan bundle, which adds dark outside trim, dull bronze exhaust tips, and dark wheels. Inside thrives, remembering GTS logos for the headrest are additionally included. Valuing and which one to purchase. The cost of the 2025 Porsche Cayenne begins at $86,695 and goes up to $126,895, relying upon the trim and choices. We're extremely partial to the passage-level Cayenne, which comes standard with a 12.3-inch touchscreen, a 10-speaker sound system, and a Wi-Fi area of interest, among other famous hardware. And our favored design would develop that with smart choices. We'd add the exceptional bundle that incorporates encompassing inside lighting, versatile voyage control, and all the more impressive Bose Encompass sound framework, warmed front and back seats, and an all-encompassing sunroof. We'd likewise upgrade its on-street execution and rough terrain abilities with the Game Chrono Bundle, extended drive modes and send-off control, the rough terrain bundle, additional underbody insurance and extra shows, and the versatile air suspension. Motor, transmission, and execution. Porsche will give you the Cayenne access multiple ways, beginning with a turbocharged 3.0-liter V6 that makes 348 torque. The module half and half, called the E-Crossover, weds an electric engine and a turbocharged V6 for a consolidated 463 drive. The Cayenne S flaunts a 468 horsepower twin Super V8 with an extraordinary sounding fumes note and stunning speed increase. The GTS model gets a similar motor, however, with 493 horses. There's likewise a SE half and half, which utilizes a turbocharged 3.0-liter V6 and an electric engine for 512 drive and 553 pound-feet of force. All motors pair with a shrewd 8-speed program transmission and all-wheel drive, while making whatever weighs multiple tons move smoothly. As testing, the designers in Stuttgart were fruitful with the Cayenne. At the point when we tested a Cayenne S, we thought that it is comparably athletic and refined as last year's model, and the GTS we drove ended up being considerably even more a driver's vehicle. Versatile dampers are presently standard across the Cayenne arrangement, and most trims will have extra execution choices that incorporate a flexible air suspension, four-wheel directing for further developed mobility, and dynamic enemy of roll bars for complement cornering. At the point when we tried the base Cayenne with the 348 horsepower turbocharged V6, we recorded a lively 4.7 second 60 miles per hour time. The Cayenne S, GTS, and SE half and half models will presumably demonstrate faster, yet we haven't had any of those on our test track yet. We tried the precisely comparable Cayenne S car, which hit 60 miles per hour in 3.9 seconds. The 2025 E half and half model accompanies a 21.8 kWh battery pack that ought to convey around 22 miles of electric driving reach. The SE mixture's reach ought to be a little lower, around 20 miles for each charge. Porsche additionally overhauled the Cayenne's locally available charger during the last update in 2024 to consider quicker charging times. The EPA assesses that the base Cayenne ought to convey 17 mpg city and 23 mpg roadway, while the S and GTS models with the V8 motor are really great for 15 mpg city and 21 mpg interstate. The E half-breed and SE mixture models have not yet been appraised by the EPA. Whenever we get an opportunity, we'll take the new Cayenne on our 75 mph parkway efficiency test course and update this story with the outcomes. Inside, the Cayenne includes a dashboard plan with up to 3 screens and a look that is enlivened by the Taycan EV car. A switch shifter is mounted on the dashboard, opening up space on the mid-control area for a capacity niche. Porsche basically gives a fresh start inside the Cayenne for clients to customize as they see fit. Everything from the inside trim to the safety belt tones and the surface materials can be separately chosen, quite often for a lofty extra expense. Notwithstanding customary choices, warmed and ventilated front and back seats, for example, the Cayenne offers advantageous updates like more strong front seats with back rub and 4-zone environment control. Rivals like the Audi Q7 and the Volvo XC90 have 3 columns, while the Porsche has just 2, yet the Cayenne's secondary lounge is customizable and gives a lot of loosen-up space. The Cayenne's driver and front traveler face a mass of computerized shows that stretch the whole width of the dashboard. In the middle is a 12.3-inch touchscreen with remote Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capacity. To one side is an auxiliary and discretionary 10.9-inch show for the front traveler, which Porsche says can be utilized to transfer video content since it includes a security component that makes it undetectable from the driver's vantage point. There's a different 12.6-inch screen implied only for the driver, settled behind the controlling haggle vehicle speed, the tachometer, an excursion PC, and different capabilities. For some vehicle fans, the possibility of a half-and-half Porsche actually irritates, in spite of the way that the organization presented the primary Cayenne SUV mixture back in 2010. Today, the 2025 Super E crossbreed is the most impressive Cayenne ever. What's more, the name is no deception, as this pup packs a twin-turbocharged 4.0-liter V8 gas motor matched with an electric engine and all-wheel drive. Offered exclusively as a module mixture PHEV, the Super E crossover conveys an expected 35 miles of unadulterated electric driving reach. However, the electric engine, when matched with its petroleum-gulping stablemate, helps produce a stewing 729-joined torque, which ought to make the Super E half-breed among the quickest SUVs we've at any point tried. As per Porsche, it will arrive at 60 miles per hour in 3.5 seconds, despite the fact that don't be shocked on the off chance that it's quite founded on our testing of a less strong past-age model. The equivalent driveline is likewise presented in the Cayenne Super Roadster GT, which we survey independently. Regardless, you'll find the Cayenne Super doesn't give up freight space in spite of its crossbreed driveline, meanwhile giving the fierce execution you'd expect in a SUV that rivals such daunting stalwarts as the Audi RS Q8 and BMW X5M. While remaining precisely unaltered for 2025, the Cayenne Super E crossover, similar to all Cayenne models, gets extra standard gear for the new model year. The overhauls incorporate surrounding inside lighting, a 360-degree camera framework to help while stopping, delicate close entryways, and further developed Lodge air filtration. Moreover, Porsche's most remarkable Cayenne highlights different outside and inside trim pieces, including the 21 and 22-inch wheels, done up in turbonite, an extraordinary dark tone utilized on Porsche supermodels. The current year's standard hardware amendments address no demonstration of largesse on Porsche's part, as the beginning cost has ascended by an excess of $10,000 contrasted with last year's model. In any case, on the off chance that you're a long-lasting Porsche enthusiast, you've generally expected, while possibly not precisely appreciate, excessive costs for the appealing additional items. The cost of the 2025 Porsche Cayenne Super beginnings at $158,995. What cost could you pay to have the quickest 2025 Porsche Cayenne in your hood? For this situation, it's $158,995. That nets you a module crossbreed fit for a 3.5-second 0 to 60 miles per hour run while heading to a maximum velocity of 183 miles per hour, as indicated by Porsche when furnished with the game Chrono Bundle and summer tires. With the cessation of the non-hybrid Cayenne Super, The E-Cross breed is the sole Cayenne supermodel presently on offer. By and by, this 5,700-pound Porsche performs so well and advances quickly with such rankling savagery, it seems to oppose the laws of material science. We imagine that the Super E half-breed will really arrive at 60 miles per hour, nearer to 3.0 seconds, given that a past-age Cayenne mixture with 59 less horses carried out the thing in 3.2 seconds in our testing.